course, I'm sitting here, there's no breeze whatsoever, and then as soon as I start recording, a breeze picks up. Bumblebee buzzing around me. Lots of dandelions here for it. All kinds of insects here beside the river. Clouds of them that I drove through on the way up here. So I'm sitting here enjoying this. It's like 26 degrees today. I'm loving it. So I took a screen capture of it already, but it's supposed to be 27, so if I see a 27 later, I'll take a screen capture of that. I think that's a frog. Yeah, that's a bullfrog. So, it feels so good. Loving it. So, I keep forgetting. I'm thinking about it right now, so I'm going to tell you about it. The cat is finally using his perch. So, the first time you went in there, I couldn't get video of it because it was dark. So, normally, when I go to bed, he'll lay beside me for a little bit, and then he'll get up and he'll go into the window. So, one day, I was actually going to bed in the daylight hours, and I was able to get video of him in there. He was already in the window by the time I got there, but he goes in there, like, regularly now, quite often. So, I got the window open, probably 8 or 9 inches right now, as it doesn't stay up on its own, so I just got little sticks in the corners holding it up. And they're recessed into the window frame itself, so he stretches out or something, he's not going to knock him out and get squished by the window. One of my biggest fears, with that window not staying up on its own. And once the hot weather gets here and stays here, I'll just take the window right out. So, no big deal. Because then I'll have the whole window open. I can't lift it up to open the whole window because there's nothing holding it in. It'll just fall. And my elbow's sweating and sliding on my armrest there. So, I had that video for a while. I keep forgetting to talk about it because there's always so much else going on. Including today, I have an issue with the monster that I've never had before. Yeah, I will explain that. I'll wait till I get back to the house, and I will show you. I'm not going to repeat what I did because it scared the crap out of me, but I will explain it. I'll just kind of go from there. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy this nice temperature, sit here and take a nice long break, soak up some sunshine. You might have noticed this. I don't think I've talked about this yet on my new chain. I used to wear a chain all the time. Now it's like, on days like today, that I'm contemplating taking my shirt up, but I haven't yet. But when it's hot out, I usually go shirtless, and it just kind of breaks up the nakedness, I guess. I don't know. But I used to always wear, I had an eagle at one point. I still have it, actually. I don't wear it anymore. But I wanted something, and I didn't want to go with gold because in today's world somebody would probably try to steal it from me or something. So I went with the black. I don't mind. Don't mind black at all. I just a neck chain, just something. And it's easy to clean. I can't wear stainless steel or anything like that. Generally it has to be gold because once I start to sweat, I start getting water bubbles underneath it. And I'm allergic to stainless steel. You've been following me for a while, you know that. When I get a new watch, I have to put clear nail polish on the bottom of it to keep the stainless steel from touching my skin directly. Because once I start sweating, I get a reaction and really, really itchy. Little water blisters underneath. So, same with the chains. I actually discovered that accidentally years ago. I used to have an earring. And probably, the scar's still there from it, but I don't know if you can see it. And my friend gave me a pair of stainless steel studs, and my balloon, my ear ballooned out, turned purple. It's like, oh, I can't wear those. I got all pussy. So that's how I discovered I can't have stainless steel on me, or in me apparently. So it's kind of weird being allergic to stainless steel, but I have a lot of weird allergies. A lot of them are environmental, like weeds. Weeds on their own is fine, but if there's anything prickly, like a rose bush or juniper, pine trees, anything like that, anything that's prickly, if it pricks my skin, I get an allergic reaction to it. Anything that's prickly. Grass is fine unless it's freshly cut. I'm allergic to that. My big one is ragweed. I went through some tough times when I was a kid with the ragweed, I'll tell you that. Hay fever, that was insane. I was actually getting injections for a while to try to control it. It didn't seem to help any. The only thing that really helped, if I can remember what it was called, there's a pill I used to take. The problem with it is I'd have to take it in the morning before my symptoms began, but I didn't get this issue every single day, so it was hard to really know, and they weren't exactly cheap. Can't think of what they were called. That's the only thing that really worked. There's been all kinds of them marketed. Reactine, I think, was one of them. Oh, what was it? I'm pretty sure it started with S. But there weren't very many in the pack. There was only like 12 in the little blister packs. I can't remember. I keep thinking Selsun Blue. No, that's a dandruff shampoo. I'm pretty sure it started with S. I don't remember now, or C, maybe a C. I don't remember. But that's the only thing that ever really worked. But like I say, I had to take it first thing in the morning before I get out of bed, or not before I get out of bed, before I do anything, before the symptoms started. And they would actually help pretty good. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts now that I can't think of that. Because anytime I've talked about it, it was like it just came out, and now I can't even think of it. But I seem to have outgrown that now. I haven't had an issue with hay fever for a long time, and anytime I do have an issue with it, again, bugs drive me nuts. Anytime I do have an issue with it now, it's like maybe 2 or 3 days out of the whole entire year. So. And trees can drop all the pollen they want, and it doesn't really affect me that much. And now I just go for a drive. Get some fresh air blowing on my face, and that really, really helps. It was nice when I was driving, because I could drive with the windows open and just get that air blowing across me. And that was always good relief. So. Thankfully, that's not much of an issue anymore. But like I say, when I was a kid, it was horrible. I was a snot monster in class. It was disgusting. I go through a whole box of Kleenexes a day. It was just absolutely disgusting. Everybody's looking at me like, ew. And I'd actually missed days from school because of it. It was that bad. I just constant sneezing and my eyes were watering. It's like I couldn't concentrate on anything, right? It was so bad. And my dad was old-fashioned, I guess you could say. Never missed a day of work, and good. That's awesome, but not everybody can do that. He didn't believe in taking time out. Oh, I just got a text. That was really loud. He didn't believe in taking time off work for illnesses and that. He didn't understand me not, wanting to suffer in class like that. But I couldn't deal with it. It was so rough on me, right? And I had a friend that had it too, and I discovered the only thing worse than having hay fever is watching somebody else suffer with it, because you know exactly what they're going through. Let's check that. I got 2 texts there. Oh, my sister. Yeah, I can't read that with my glasses on. Excuse me a second. The town that I grew up in, they're digging up the downtown right now. They're taking out the gas lines, and they're just re-landscaping, I guess you could say. Because it's got angle parking, and I guess they're making it parallel parking, and they're changing this and changing that. It's going to be closed most of the summer. A lot of people are not happy about it. But the town's grown so much, and it's a very, very narrow street. So it's like, hundreds of years old. And, it wasn't designed for a lot of traffic, right? So I guess they're going to be widening the road. But my sister sent me a picture. I didn't open it, but I will look at it later. And they said something... environmentally and digitally not smart. Sound, maybe? I can't remember how it was worded. And I'm thinking digitally? To me, that sounds like surveillance cameras or facial recognition cameras or something. How can you be environmentally and digitally sound? That didn't make any sense. But that's what they called it. Oh. I can see this with my glasses on. Where is it? There it is. That is a giant raccoon. That thing is huge. Kind of strange seeing them out in the daytime like this. The thing is huge. It's a very large raccoon. I wasn't sure what I was looking at first. My blurry vision. Wow. He's obviously feeling for food. Oh, he just went back into the grass. Perfect timing. So that was kind of nice, experiencing some nature. So anyways, I'm not sure what else to talk about here. I forgot to charge the, whatever this thing's called. A celebrity. Here comes the breeze again. Feels good. Oh, he's back out. He just went through the grass and come downstream a little bit. But I forgot to charge it, so I'm a little bit concerned, but it shouldn't be too bad with these temperatures. I guess I'll find out. As long as the brakes don't slam on unexpectedly, it should be okay. So I guess that's all I got. I will talk again when I get back to the house. leave you with some footage of this giant raccoon. Okay, so I'm back home now. First thing I did, put the charger on, so I don't forget again. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the monster now. So, if you've been with me for a while, you know that the error codes for this thing are not exactly accurate. Error code 9 is the only one. I don't remember what it means. I was going to print this out and bring it down with me, but I got up late and I completely forgot. But error code 9 is what I get if I leave it in the neutral position and turn the monster on. I get error code 9. That one's obvious. That's the only time I get that. Error code 2 I was getting for a while when I first got it. Error code 2 is supposed to be a bad connection to the motor, I believe. And I checked everything looked good. It didn't make any sense, and I noticed that I was only getting it in wet weather or in the springtime when the snow was melting or something. I would be getting this stupid error code 2, and I couldn't figure it out. And then one day I was heading to the store or something, and all of a sudden the brake came on and then released, then came on and released. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted. But it didn't make any sense to me. So then one day I was doing something, I don't remember what it was. I gotta rest my knee on here. And I noticed this is wired directly, so that's, I can't show you, but there's normally a plug here. So you can change the brake, and it's just unplug it, put the new brake on, and plug it back in, right? But I noticed that at the top of the plug, one of the wires was green and all corroded. I'm thinking, well, that's not good. And when I touched it, it came apart. So I'm thinking, okay. So I cut the plug off and basically did this. I do this with all of them, just to keep that from happening. But wired it directly. And no more error code 2. Never had that problem again. Until I think I had that issue with this one, so I cut the plug off completely. You can't change just the brake anyways. Anytime you need it, you got to get the whole motor, transaxle, and brake unit all in one. So that solved that problem. Error code 7. Error code 7 was a real problem for me a few years ago when I moved to Wing. According to the manual, error code 7 is a throttle error. Well, there's nothing wrong with my throttle. I couldn't figure it out. It was driving me absolutely insane. I did change the throttle anyways. I changed the display panel. Neither of those two fixed the problem. I got a new controller. That didn't fix the problem. But when I was changing the controller, I did notice that's the brake wire. But this one, this plug right here is the charger. So when I plug the charger in, it goes through the controller to the batteries through this plug, and this plug overheats and melts. This one's fine now. So I have to change this plug every once in a while. It's not an issue now because the charger I'm using, a Monster's charger, doesn't work anymore. The charger I'm using is only 4 amps instead of 8 amps or 6 amps, whatever. I think it was 8 amps. So there's like half the power going through it, and I haven't had that issue since. I do have another plug ready to go. But when I was changing the controller, I noticed that the plastic inside the hole where you plug it in was melted. That's when I noticed the plug was melted. So that's a problem. So I went down to the computer store and got one of these Molex plugs, I think it's called, and changed it, and that solved my error code 7 problem. However, I now have a new display panel, I have a new throttle, and I have a new controller. So I have spare parts, and that's a good thing, because I discovered yesterday it's not actually the motor that's the problem, it is the controller. This is the first time I've had a controller failure on the Monster. So, like I said, the motor was getting weak anyways, so I need to replace it. And I did check, it actually has been 4 years since my last motor, so it's lasted twice as long as previous ones, because normally every 2 years I have to change either the transaxle or the motor. So it's due anyway, so I'm not going to change the process, I'll keep that coming. But thankfully, because of that error code 7 issue I was having, I have another controller. Thankfully, so I don't have to add that to my list. And they're not exactly cheap, they're like $800, so you know, not something I would want to have to replace on my own. But I know I have viewers on this channel that have had this issue with the Monster before. But like I said, when I was parked over here, I was going to go out, I hit reverse, it moved a couple inches and then just stopped and shut down and gave me error code 8, which I believe is correct in the manual. It is a controller error, but I've had that problem before. In the video, Monster's Worst Breakdown or something like that, when the motor went kaputski, some of the windings actually came out of the grooves. I don't know how that happened. I actually got error code 8 at that time, which controller error, and it was definitely the motor. So I ignored it. I said, okay, well, I know the motor's getting weak anyways. I've been talking about that. So I figured, okay, it's the motor. So what I did is I got my electrical tester out and put the 2 probes on the motor terminals and turned the Monster on, hit the throttle. I got 0 volts. I was like, uh-oh. So yesterday, I took the Monster, or the motor's connections off, and I connected them directly to the battery connections, and I got a huge spark because the motor instantly tried to go full speed, scared the absolute crap out of me. That tells me it's not the motor, so it's definitely a controller. It's not a huge deal because, like I say, I do have a backup. I can change it. It's just a real pain in the neck getting, because everything's compacted in here, and I got to get this tiny little wrench underneath and feel around with my fingers for the end, for the nut, which is like right there, and I got to get the wrench on it, and it's even worse putting it back in, right? Because there's only 2. There's one bolt, I guess you could say, in this corner, and there's one in this corner. So there's only 2, and then there's 2 more holding the cooling pins on the other side. But thankfully there's only 2, but they're a real pain to get to. But I don't know where my controller is. Back to this again. So I don't know if it's out here or if it's upstairs. I'm pretty sure I have a box that's only got Monster parts in it, and I believe that's out here. I don't know. But I don't plan on doing a whole lot today. It's so nice out. But I'm charging this right now. It's 3:30 at the moment. I kind of almost want to go back out again, because I never got to do a full tour because I was worried about, you know, my batteries being low. So I might go out again. Wow. I got a lot of emails since I've been out. I'm just going to check the temperature here one more time. No, it still says 26. So it hasn't jumped up to 27 yet. That hurt. Anyway. So I think I have another issue right now that's driving me nuts. So I finally decided to get my new credit card. Well, it's a prepaid card, like a reloadable, I guess you could say. It's not actually credit. The money I use on it is my money that I put on it. Problem is that the chip quit working on it a while ago, so tap doesn't work, and inserting it sometimes works. If all else fails, I gotta swipe it, right? But it's still been working. I have two forms. I have an online, what's it called? A virtual card. It's just a number, a card number. It's got the expiry date and everything that I can use online when I have to submit. And then I have my physical card. They're two different numbers, so I don't need my physical card to use online, right? I've got the online one. But the problem is, most of my money's on that card right now, and when I ordered a new card, my old card automatically is no good anymore. I can't use it, right? Anytime I've had a real credit card in the past, I needed a new card. The old card was good until I activated the new card. Why don't they do that? So I can't use any money on that card right now. So what I need to do, I need to take the transaxle, the whole rear end off, and get this rear frame off so I can take it down to this guy down the street here to get him to drill that bolt out for me. But I can't pay him until I get that card. And there's another issue with that, is Canada Post is talking about going on strike again. If that happens, I'm not going to get my card anytime soon, and I'm going to have to wait till the end of the month when I get more money, and I'm just going to have to pay everything through my bank, right? I get, I think, five transactions per month. After that, it costs me 50 cents per transaction. Actually, I think it's 10. And then it costs me 50 cents per transaction after that. So every time I use my card, it's costing me 50 cents, right? But I can get unlimited, but it's like $15 a month that I have to pay, and then I get unlimited transactions or whatever. But as it is right now with only 10, it's only cost me $5.95 or something like that per month. But if I had to use my card for everything, then I have to pay those fees. It might be a good idea to raise it up to the unlimited, because it might work out to be cheaper in the long run. If I only knew that they were gonna make the old card unusable, then I'm not sure if I would have done it right away. But I guess we'll find out. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do today. I haven't been awake very long. I woke up about 1:30, and I come out pretty much right away. Like I say, it's 3:30 now, and I'm not awake enough to really do anything, but I want to get this started. Maybe at least, if nothing else, I gotta put the monster out in the middle of the floor. I bring the celebrity over here and put the charger up on this. This is where I wanted it anyways. I wanted to put the monster here so I could just drive like straight in, plug the charger in, ready to go, right? So I want to do that anyways, so I might do that now. Bring the Celebrity over here, put the monster in the middle of the floor so I can start taking it apart. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is just take the transaxle off. So that's ready to go. And then when I'm ready to do some real work, then I hope these aren't rusted too bad, and I can take the hinge pin out and take that rear frame right off. And then it's ready to take to the guy down the street here. I don't know. But like I say, I don't feel like doing anything today anyways. And maybe I will look and see if I can find the controller, find out which box it's in. So, all I know is I have all my monster parts in one box. I'm just not sure where that box is. Just not sure, but I don't feel like doing a whole lot right now. I really don't. I'm not awake enough. I don't have a whole lot of energy. I might later if I decide to come out again later. Like I say, I want to. It's beautiful out. I'd love to go for another drive with full charge on the battery, so I don't have to worry. But I don't know. When I go inside, I tend to stay in, so I just don't know if that's going to happen or not. Hey. Well, I guess that's it. That's all the news I got. Good news and bad news, and worse news and better news. So, well, I guess that's it. So, I'll get another video.